Good afternoon for my best student. I hope you have a nice day. So today session is about the story elements. So we had studied before the story of Rich Man, the Poor Man by T.C. Joub. Today we will see the story element. The story of Rich Man and Poor Man by T.C. Joub as an example. So, the first element of the story is setting. Setting, it's contain places and time. Places and time. Let's move to the first element. Places. Place or places. Every story contain many places or one main places. So this story of T.C. Joub contain a lot of places here. The first place is the Minta village. Where does Adam live and his wife and the villager? The second place is Darper. Darper is the place where does Adam travel to change his money order. The farm of Adam farm. The post office where does Adam go to exchange his money order. The police station, the photographer house and seed house, the bus station, foreign country where does his son Saul live in London, and the ministry of the interior. So these are the places of our story. These are the places that we have in the story of Rich Man and Poor Man. Let's move to another element, which is time. Time is a very important element too. So the time of our story, Rich Man, Poor Man, is in its past. In general, it's past. The time in general, it's the past. Also, the early morning, he wake up in the early morning to travel to Darper, and the nighttime, which means when he came back to his house to sleep at nighttime. Thursday, the next Thursday, the second time when he traveled to Darper, and Saturday which is the third time when he traveled to Darper, and it is the last time, Saturday. So let's move characters, les personnages en français, the characters of a story. Every story contains characters. It can be animals, people, it can be something else, it can be clothes are talking with each other. Characters is the main character are divided in two parts: supporting character and the main character. Supporting character, we can't move the supporting character, but we can't remove supporting character, but the main character is very important for the story. We can't talk about a story without main character. We can't talk about story without characters. So the main characters of our story, which is Adam. Adam is the main character of our story. Martha, the wife of Adam. The postman, the man who bring him the letter from his son. The teacher also is a main character. The teacher who interpret the letter for Adam, because Adam is illiterate, he can't read or write. The post office official, the post official is the man who work in the post office. The interior ministry official, the man who say to Adam, you have to make photograph to bring it to me to make an identity card for you. The photographer is the man who cheating Adam and take his money without making photograph to Adam. The woman in the photographer house, also the woman in photographer house She is the woman. When Adam came to take his picture, he met the woman and she said to him that she is a new in that house and she doesn't know any photographer in that house. The policeman who cuff Adam and take him to the police station. The man who's standing at the door of Mr. Sheed house. So Mr. Sheed is the man who cheating Adam and exchange his money order and give him 10 pound instead of 100 pound. So, and here we will see the supporting character. The supporting character is the character who did anything in the story. For example, Saul is the son of Adam. So he doesn't do anything he doesn't do anything in the story. The two daughter of Mr. Adam, they are supporting character. They haven't any role in the story. The villager, they have no role also in the story. They are present, but they did not do anything. The people in the queue, also they are character, but the supporting character because they have no role in our story. The two men who we don't even know their names because they did not do anything in the story. Even though they are cuffing Adam when he start hitting the photographer. So let's move to the third element, which is events. It's a very important element because we can't talk about a story without event. We cannot talk about a story without event. So the event of the story, every story, it has beginning, middle, and the end. So at the beginning of our story, we have the postman who bring a letter to Mr. Adam. And Adam, we know this, that he can't read or write. He called the teacher and gave him the letter to interpret it. So the teacher interpreted and said to him that your son send you 100 pound and etc. etc. So at the middle of the story, Adam want to exchange his money. He has a money order, so he traveled to Darpur. This is the middle. This is the event of the middle. So Adam traveled to Darpur to exchange his money order, and he faced a problem. We have the main problem, which is the money order, but in the story there is some problem. So Adam traveled to Darpur to exchange his money order in the post office, but he doesn't have an identity card. So this is another problem. Adam doesn't have an identity card. So he want to solve it. He go to the Ministry of the Interior to make an identity card. But he faced another problem. He doesn't have photograph. So he went to the photographer to make a photograph, but he faced another problem. The photographer take his money without giving him photograph. At the end of our story, Adam felt disappointed, and the teacher gave a letter to him to visit Mr. Sheed house, and Sheed house will solve this problem for him. So Adam went to Sheed house and gave him the letter, So Mr. Sheed told him that told him that this money order isn't work in our country and it's out of date. It is out of date, so you can take this 100 pound. And he took the money order and gave him a envelope. Adam, when he went out, he opened the envelope and he found that it's just 10 pound. So these are the event of our story: beginning, middle, at the end. So the problem. Every story contain a problem. Every story contain a problem or a lot of problems. So the problem in our story, it is the money order. But there are some problem which are an identity card. Adam doesn't have an identity card. When he went to the post office to exchange his money, the official said to him, "Give me your identity card." So it is a problem. Adam doesn't have an identity card. Also, photograph. When he go to the Ministry of Interior, he want to make an identity card. He doesn't have photograph. This is another problem. So, but the main problem in our story is the money order. And also solution. Every story has solution, or may not have a solution. We have problem, but we can't solve it. In many stories, there is no solution. So the solution here in our story is Mr. Sheed, who solved the problem. So he gave Mr. Adam 10 pound instead for 100 pound and instead of his money order. But I think he cheated Mr. Adam. He took the money order of 100 pound and cheat Mr. Adam and take his money. So that's it. These are the fifth element of, or five element, the five element of a story. We can't talk about any story without these five elements. So I hope you have a nice day, my dear student. Goodbye.